Really? You know what they are going through? No, you don't. Hello, my friend. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm excited that you've stopped by to watch my video. So thank you so much for watching my video. For the past few weeks, I've been speaking on how to emotionally connect and supporting someone that is grieving. I've done 2 previous videos, so if you missed any of those videos, I'll put links to them in the description because I believe those videos will be beneficial to you. Today I want to talk about common pitfalls to avoid when trying to connect and support somebody that is grieving. The first pitfall to avoid is excessive talk. Avoid excessive talk. I'm sure by now, from my previous videos and from what I'm going to say now, you realize that when somebody is hurting, when they are grieving, they don't need your little sermon. They need your presence. They want to feel your love. They want to feel that you have an idea of what they are going through and you are there for them. So avoid excessive talk. What I mean by that is that if somebody is grieving and you have come to visit that person, to support the person, don't come to preach at the person. In fact, say very little. Last week I was talking about active listening. So come to listen more than to talk. A lot of times we come with our little sermon to start talking because we are very uncomfortable with silence. But the person that is grieving, that is hurting, that you have come to support, they will appreciate your presence more than anything that you have to say. So avoid speaking too much. I remember when I had my daughter that was born with severe disabilities over 20 years ago. A lady came to visit me, and when she came and she saw the condition, in her bid to encourage me, she said, "Oh, at least you have other children. So because I have other children, I should not care about this one that is challenged anymore." So in her own mind, she thinks she's comforting me. She's trying to encourage me. But a lot of times when people are grieving and you are not being empathetic, you've not put yourself in their shoes, you always want to say something to offer encouragement or comfort. And a lot of times, those words that you speak are out of point. They're out of place. In fact, a lot of times, it's safer to be quiet and not say much than to come and just keep talking and talking and talking, and then you are talking out of point. Because what that lady said really hurt my feelings. I felt bad because here I am with a child that is severely disabled. We don't know what the future holds for us. This situation was going to alter the trajectory of my life. This is a child that is starting life from a disadvantaged position. And all you can tell me is that, oh, at least you have other children. So if I had other children, how does that help with this situation? I have talked to a lot of people that go through grief. And this is one of the things that they say a lot, that they wish people will keep quiet when they come to visit them. When you go to pay that condolence visit, you are better off not saying much. You are better off just your presence there mean more than the words that you say. And the truth is that if you talk to anybody that is grieving, a lot of those so-called comforting words that we say, those little sermons that we bring, people don't even remember them. When I lost my daughter, a lot of the people that came preaching, if you ask me today what they said, I cannot even remember. But I can remember the people that were there for me. I can remember the people that wrapped their arms around me. So say very little. Let your presence speak more than your words. Another pitfall to avoid is to ask questions instead of telling. Instead of saying, oh, if I were in your situation, this is what I will do. Oh, you should do this. You should do that. You should do this. You are not them. You are not in their situation. Even if you're in their situation, you are two different human beings. What you value is different. So ask caring questions. Have you eaten today? Should I do this for you? Do you want a cup of tea? How can I support you? Do you mind if I do this for you? How are you feeling? How does this make you feel? Did you sleep well at night? Ask questions. Don't come and say, oh, you need to take a walk. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do that. You know, they say talk is cheap. So when you are not in a person's shoes, you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know what they are feeling. So it's easy for you to give advice. But if you can refrain from giving advice and rather ask questions of how you can support them, of how you care about them, that will go a long way. So the pitfall to avoid is ask instead of tell. People don't like to be told what to do. Even if you're not grieving, you don't like to be told what to do. You don't like somebody coming and it looks like they're just ordering you up and down in your own house. People don't like to be told what to do. So ask questions. Ask caring questions. Questions that show that you care about them and their welfare and about the situation and about the person they are grieving for. Ask questions rather than tell. Then the third pitfall to avoid is to avoid saying, I know what you are going through. Really? You know what they are going through? No, you don't. You don't know what they are going through. You can imagine what they are going through, but you don't know what they are going through. Even if you've been through a similar situation, no two persons are the same. No two persons process their pain in the same way. So you don't know what they are going through. So instead of saying, I know what you are going through, just say, I can only imagine what you are going through. Because your best knowing is actually an imagination. Because you are not in their shoes. You can only imagine being in their shoes, which is the empathy I was talking about. So don't say, I know what you are going through. Because each time you say, I know what you are going through, people may feel like you are undermining what they are going through, especially when you have not even been through that kind of experience before. And if you've gone through a similar experience, sometimes you can just share your own experience just to identify and connect with them. It will be like a common ground that I've gone through a similar experience. You are not sharing it because you want to make it about you, but you are sharing it to make them understand that you've been through this kind of similar experience and you were able to come through it. So you are sharing it to encourage them that they too can come through. And when you are sharing anything, don't make it about you. I remember when I lost my daughter, one of my friends called me and she just called, oh, sorry about what happened. And I just asked her a question. And that question just took her on a different story. Started talking about herself. We talked for, I can't remember how long, but maybe for about 5 minutes or more. And it was all about her. And I think this was even before my daughter was buried. And I was like, really? You called me to make it about you. I didn't need that at all. So even if you have something to share, make it about them, not about you. I know a lot of times you want to be centers of attention. But when somebody is grieving and you really want to be there and support that person, let it be about them, not about you. And then another pitfall to avoid is when you hear that somebody has lost something very dear to them, avoid delaying your reaching out to them. Reach out immediately. Reach out immediately. Delayed response is an indication that you don't truly care. It may not be true, but that is the message you are passing across. For instance, if your child is in distress, in an emergency, and they are shouting, "Oh, mom, please help me." You are not going to drag your feet. You are just going to leave whatever you are doing, run and attend to that child. So in the same way, when somebody is grieving, and especially they've reached out to you, it's a distress call. For them to reach out to you means that they consider you as somebody that can support them. Reach out to them immediately. Even if you are in the middle of something, if somebody say, "Oh, I just lost my mom," or "I just lost my daughter," don't delay your response and say, "Oh, I'll call the person back later." Respond immediately. That immediate response communicate to them that you truly care about them, that they are valuable to you. Even if you are busy and you cannot talk for so long. For instance, you are in the office, you can even excuse yourself and just go out for a few minutes and just say, "I just got your message now." And then express your sympathy and say, "Sorry, I'm in the office. I'll call you back later. I'll call you during my break so I can talk more." But that immediate response communicates a lot, and it helps to strengthen the bond, the emotional bond between you and that person. Another bonus point that I want to give to you is, if somebody have lost someone or something very dear to them and they are grieving and they send you a text message, don't reply with a text message. Don't say, "Okay, message for message. She sent me a message, so me too, I'll send her a message." Somebody is grieving. They have lost something very dear to them. They send you a text message. "Oh, my mom just died." And then you reply, "Oh, really? Sorry." You send it back. Don't do that. That is a nonchalant attitude. That shows that you don't feel their pain. I've heard somebody say that, okay, if somebody send you a message, you to reply with message, not when the person is grieving. For them to have even reached out and send you that text message means that you are one of the people they consider very dear to them. So don't respond to a message with a message. The least you can do is to call immediately. If you try calling and it's not going through, then you can now send a message and say, "Oh, I just saw your message. I tried calling, but it's not going through. I will call you later." That is if you are not within the vicinity that you can visit. Or you can send a message that, "Okay, I will pass by you. I will stop by your house on my way from work. I will see you later." That has communicated something to them, and that will strengthen that emotional bond. I remember when my daughter died, one of the people I used to look up to as a mentor, I sent her a message. I didn't send the message to, I sent the message to very few people when she passed. It was very few people that I sent this message to, and she was one of those few people. I sent her the message that my daughter just passed. And guess what? She replied me and said, "Oh, sorry, I'm away from the country. I will call you when I return." And I was like, "Really?" Hey, my God. I said, this woman has no idea what it is to lose somebody, talk less of losing a child. What does it take to call, even if you're not in the country? It's not a phone call you are going to call. Where you are, if you can get my message, that means you have network. You could call, even if it's for 30 seconds. She didn't call me. Until today, she never called me back. And that was how that mentor-mentee so-called relationship ended, because I said, no, somebody like this cannot mentor me. It shows that you don't care. You are not emotionally invested in this person. So if somebody sends you a message, like I said, respond as quickly as possible and respond with a call. Don't reply back with a message. And if it's within your locality where you can visit as quickly as possible. When we do things like this, we are increasing the bond. We are connecting with the people. We are letting them know that we really care about them. My mentor, John C. Maxwell, would say, Nobody really cares what you know until they know how much you care. And that was why this lady that I considered a mentor, I used to think she was a mentor that I was learning from. But when she displayed that attitude, I said, I don't care whatever she knows. Or if she does not care about me, I've lost a child. And all you can do is, I will call you later, and you never called. That means you are not emotionally invested in me and my family at all. And I cannot learn from somebody like that. So respond with a call and follow it up with a visit as quickly as you can. Avoid responding to a message with a message. If you avoid these pitfalls and you do what I have asked you to do, you find that you'll be able to connect and emotionally support somebody that is grieving. And when they go through that season, when they are able to heal and get themselves back, they will really value you and your relationship, because they will say that of a truth, this is a friend indeed. Remember that saying that says, a friend in need is a friend indeed. You have proven to them that indeed you are a friend because you were there when they needed you. I want to end with a quote by my mentor, John C. Maxwell. He said, people may hear your words, but they feel your attitude. People may hear your words, but they feel your attitude. What attitude are you displaying towards someone that is grieving? Your attitude speaks louder than your words. So avoid the pitfalls that I have mentioned, and you find that the emotional bond between that friend of yours, that relative, that colleague, that church member, that neighbor that is grieving, that emotional bond will be strengthened and you will truly be able to support them. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it has helped you. And if it has, why don't you hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so? And also share your thoughts in the comment section. If you've experienced grief and there's other pitfalls that you want people to avoid, please put it in the chat so that we also can learn from you. And also share this video with anyone that you know that it will be helpful to. And I'll see you again next week. So until then, stay blessed.
Are you going through a traumatic experience? Does all hope seem lost? Are you looking for a way out? Then these books are for you. Mama Grace. He gave me comfort through the storm. All by Eyum Ejiga. These books are available in paperbacks, Kindle versions, and audiobooks on all Amazon websites worldwide and other online bookstores. You can also find the audiobooks on Audible and iTunes. So take heart. These books will show you the way out of trauma to triumph. And you will have the last laugh.